Fuck it. Without further ado, shall we?
So first thing, Scott unfortunately went to the wrong go station. So like, he was the
Yeah,
last one to get there, and we're like, he went to which one did he go to?
He went to Kipling, but yeah, he went to Kiplingo instead of Lisgargo. Way off. For
And
anyone
for
who doesn't
those
know, that's about like a half-hour
Yeah,
difference.
half an hour drive.
We didn't drink on the ride up there
No, no.
because that's not
weird.
allowed.
That's crazy.
But somehow, some people got really drunk.
On the drive.
Yeah.
On the drive there.
We
Some
stopped
people
at
got
McDonald's and people just
obliterated.
crushed drinks real quick. But anyways, we then get to the hotel, and the thing is, dinner was reservation at 5:30. I guess we were expecting to get there early because we were gonna hang out for a bit. But we got there like right at 5:15, and then Lee, you can take up like the layout of the story part.
Sure, yeah. So, we go for dinner, more drinks, everyone's getting drunk. We get back to the hotel room. So, one of the rooms was a regular room, one of the rooms was a suite. So, the layout was when you walk in, immediately to your left-hand side, there's a king-size bed. You keep walking. It was a long room. You keep walking. Now you go into the restroom area. On your left-hand side, there's the bathroom. Right-hand side, there's a little bar. And then straight ahead, there's another.
The bathroom,
yes.
has a toilet. The toilet and a shower are in a separate room from the sink and the bathtub. That's one thing.
It's a big jacuzzi.
There's like two bathrooms, realistically.
Correct. There's a big jacuzzi, and then when you walk past the bathroom, there's the second room with another king-size bed and a pull-out couch. But the partition between the bathroom and that second bedroom, there's this big. It was like an 8x4 glass window, but there was like a curtain in between the glass, so you couldn't like touch it or raise it or anything. So at best, you could see people's silhouettes if they're in there. So like we were all like, "Yo, there's got to be a way to open this thing." No fucking way. We're like, "Ah, it's kind of lame, but like, what the fuck's the point of this? Like, maybe it's to be sexy with the silhouette." But we're like, "Fuck it, whatever." So that goes on, and we all get pretty drunk.
Well, we should talk about dinner too. Went to Taco Tequila.
Sure, yes.
Fantastic restaurant. One thing I will
Actually
say
very
is
good.
The portions were like, I didn't feel full. My meal was like $20
I
for
don't think
for
anyone
3 tacos.
felt full.
Scott definitely didn't because he only ordered 2 tequila shots. He didn't even get food. I remember food came out.
He got 2 side dishes. Yeah, he got a side of beans and a side of rice.
But
in
he
one
didn't
bowl
initially because everyone was looking and we're like, "Yo, Scott has no food. He just has 2 tequila shots."
And we were already concerned.
Easily the most drunk, and by a very large portion.
Tell me how we get there. He's drunk. We all have the menu in front of us, and he looks at the waitress and he's like, doesn't even read the menu. He's like, "You got tamales?" She's like, "No." He's like, you got this?" And she's like, "No." And he's like, "You got that?" And she's like, "No." And I'm like, "Dude," and he's like, "I don't want any." It's like, what? Just read the menu and pick something on the menu. Like it's actually quite easy.
So even better to do with that is that since we stopped by McDonald's and he was already, in my opinion, he was probably an 8 out of 10 at that point already.
Yeah, 100%.
And he was the only one again who didn't get food. Not the only one, but he was one of the people who didn't get food. And I was like, "Dude, you should probably get some food." He's like, "Nah, man, we gotta save it for the restaurant." So like, okay, then he's gonna ball out the restaurant and get some food. And that was even funnier, the fact that he didn't order food because he was like, "Oh, since they didn't have what I wanted." But it's so funny that he was trying to order off the menu of stuff that didn't exist. But Lee's brother-in-law got offered as sides beans and rice, and he straight up said, "I want fries." And then they brought him fries. And we're like, "What the fuck was that?"
He came with fries. I was like, "How did he get fries?" I was like, that wasn't one of the options.
Yeah. We were all
like,
so
mad.
mad.
It happen.
He's like, "I just asked," and I was like, "What the?"
Yo, the bake, the
rice,
the beans,
the
bean. No, fuck the rice. I didn't try the rice, but those beans were fucking sick. I don't know. They were great.
Taco Tequila, check it out
beans.
if you're ever in Niagara Falls. Carl brings up a part of the story that I want to bring up too. So she tells us her name is Valeria, and she tells Scott asks, he's like, "Hey, what's your name?" She's like, "Valeria," whatever. She goes around, asks everyone, then comes back, I think, with some drinks, and he literally goes, "Hey, malaria." We're like, "That's not her fucking name.
That's a disease."
He just called her malaria.
That's
and then we made a bet. We made a bet that we're like, "Scott, we bet that you won't remember her name." We should have put a wager on it. We didn't. We just said like, "He's not gonna remember your name," and she like laughed or whatever. And then like later on, she comes back and we're like, "Scott, what's her name?" And he goes, "Mongolia." We're like, "Bro, that's even further than your first guess."
That is his first guess rhymed.
Yeah.
I don't know. It was so fucking funny.
Oh yeah, I felt so bad for a waitress. She was so sick of that side of the table.
No, that's like, yes, she was, but like I felt bad for her whenever she came over because I was like, I was trying to be super polite to her and like try and take away from Scott's drunken antics. But yeah, every time she went to our side of the table, she was like, fuck this. Like, I'm gonna ask the question, I'm gonna get the fuck out of here. She did not like Scott.
Yeah. So then he ended up having just the 2 shots. Like, he didn't even get another drink after that, right?
I think he got horchata. He got horchata, which to me, when you're drinking milk, when you're having alcohol, is a terrible idea.
What is horchata? Is that like
it's a sweet milk?
Ew. That just sounds gross.
Great on its own. Like, horchata's awesome, but I ain't trying to fucking drink it when I'm...
Oh, by the way, just before we leave the restaurant, they had, Lucas and I we split this. They had they had a cheesecake chimichanga.
The best thing I've ever had in my life.
I literally peed my pants a little bit when I was eating it. It was so good. It was so good. I don't even like cheesecake that much, but it was fucking good.
It was good. The little bit that I tasted, it was good. Don't get me wrong. It was good. But when someone says, this is the best thing I've ever had in my life, and immediately follows up with, do you want half? It automatically takes away this is the best thing I've ever had in my life. Like, if it's the best thing,
it's because you're the bachelor boy.
Yeah, and who knows when you'll get another chance to experience that? What if that restaurant shuts down next week and you never got to experience it?
Yeah, due to malaria.
I'd be so sad.
Yeah.
Oh goodness.
Yeah, and then we go back to the hotel room, and this was the interesting thing was we were gonna go do something, but we ended up just drinking and chilling at the hotel. We were like telling stories or just joking around for legit 3 hours. It was like a long time
because we also got pizza.
Yeah, it was a long time.
I think because everyone was noticeably hungry. I think Davey's like, "Yo, let's just get some za." Everyone.
That was late. That was probably like 2 hours into after dinner.
Yeah, hour and a half, 2 hours after. Yeah.
But we were talking some crazy stories like blowing raspberries up buttholes. I don't even remember.
Jesus.
I don't even remember
giving hand jobs.
How did we get there?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. It was something about like the Alec Baldwin thing, shooting blanks, and we said that like if you gave someone a raspberry in their butthole, they shoot blanks. Let's say the pizza's just gotten here.
So, okay, yeah. So pizza just so again with that big ass jacuzzi, it was a nice jacuzzi. Scott is I suppose going to be my future brother-in-law. You'll see him in the chat from time to time. Scott was like, "Hey, Scott Hall. Yes, that's right, Scott Hall. Just before he leaves, he spills his drink all over himself. So like he's wasted. Yeah, you did. Yeah, you didn't notice that?
Oh, I just remember he spilt it on Calvin's jacket.
Exactly, that's right. Yeah, it was all over his pants too. So he fucked out. He's playing like, yeah, this guy's fucking drunk. He's like, I'm disappointed that no one's taking advantage of this jacuzzi. We're like, fucking do it, man. Do your thing. Okay, cool. He goes in the bathroom. You hear the tap starting. The door's closed. And this thing's running for a while.
Yeah, like a long time.
A long time. And we hear him for a little bit. We hear him like kind of talking to himself, and then it's like no more sound. Just the tap running, and we're all like, okay, we gotta check in on him in case he drowned or something, because like he's fucking drunk. So I was the guy, so I knock on the door, I crack the door open a little bit. I'm like, yo, dude, you okay? And I could see the way the door opened. I'm looking at that glass partition between the bathtub and the room, and off the reflection of the glass, I could see him completely naked sitting on the toilet. So he's not even in the tub, but like it's almost full. Like it's gonna overflow pretty soon.
And the toilet is in a different room. Like there's a separate. And the toilet. You must have been like sitting in it, like looking.
yeah, exactly. And I was like, okay, all right. So he's alive and well. Perfect. That's fine. Go back out, and then hear the toilet flush. He comes out and he's like, "Yo, does anyone know how to turn the jets on?" And all of us are like, "No, we don't know how to turn the fucking jets on this thing." And you just hear him fumbling around there, and then everyone. I don't know. Everybody hears just this mechanism start, just like this, and we all look over immediately, and that partition in the glass starts raising. He found the switch, and we're all like, "Oh my god!" Like it's working, and it's slowly going up, and we could see the bathtub, and it gets higher, and then we could see Scott's knees, his bare thighs, Scott's nuts, and we're like, "This guy's naked," and you can see on his face he's panicking because he's like. You can see he kind of went through these stages of, hey, like I got it to work.
Well, assume
I got it to work.
Assume that your camera is your window. Can you reenact how we panicked? Do you want me to?
Go ahead. You probably have more room behind you.
I'll be Scott,
more room behind you.
But I'm not going to show you my nuts. But basically, your reaction when the partition's going would probably be to flip the switch to turn it back on.
And into the other room
and probably cover your nuts. This is what he does instead. So he goes, so he covers like one person's point of view on a 4x8 glass window, and then he falls like legit like this. And like
he didn't fall. He like crouched down slowly, but he definitely bent over like
and then he got up to basically show us everything else that we missed. And
I saw the dark abyss. I saw the dark abyss.
And then he got up to grab the towel. And then, but like at this point, literally every single person that was in the room saw this whole thing went down. Everyone's fucking hysterically laughing. And then he grabbed a towel. Because then I think he grabbed a towel to close it, so he could stand up and close it.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah. And then, without putting the towel on around Lucas, can you demonstrate? Instead of putting the towel on around his waist.
Can you show us how he held that towel?
Yeah, can you show us how he was holding the towel when he walked into the room where all of us were? So we're all sitting around looking at the doorway.
So this is the towel, and he goes...
Step back and show us. Step back.
Yeah, and
that's it.
Like, yeah, he was literally standing like that in the doorway. And the problem was he was like trying to face like an angle that looked at everyone. So he was kind of like diagonal, but there were people sitting like right beside him. So when they looked, literally like dick nuts, like right in their face. Like,
but the thing,
oh my god,
he got the curtain. That was the end of it. But he decided to step out of the bathroom, still naked, with his towel over his junk. He's like, guys, I can explain. We're like, get the fuck out of here. What are you?
Yeah, like
in that bathroom.
What was priceless was like Alec like looked over, saw us and he's like, oh man. And he's just like, holy fuck. You couldn't write that. Like that was a scene that like in a comedy movie that you couldn't have written. Like it was like so fucking funny.
So the best part of that was pretty fucking great, but the second best part, I suppose, is he ends up getting into the tub, which is probably a horrible idea when you're really freaking intoxicated to get into a hot bath.
It was hot.
Yeah, a hot bath sounds like a terrible idea. Anyways, he's in there for a long time. We're like, yo, this guy's like toast, but we want to go out now. So I was like, I'm gonna go check in on him and let him know that we're leaving. Make sure he's okay and let him know that we're leaving. So I opened the door again, and he's in the bathtub. But he drained the bathtub. So the bathtub is completely empty. He's sitting in a dry bathtub, completely naked, curled up in a ball, just trying to survive. And I was like, yo, this guy
we
is
missed
so
the part
fun.
too. Lucas brought him a slice of pizza, didn't you, Lucas?
Oh, that's right.
So I go in to check on it.
At this point. The tub is still full at this point.
So I went in, because pizza arrived after he showed us his nuts.
Yes.
And luckily no one had a nut allergy, so we're all safe. And so I bring the slice to him in the bathroom. I literally open the door. He would be on my right-hand side. I literally like, here you go, man. We brought out some pizza. He's like, thank you so much, man. He takes it from my hand. I go pee, wash my hands, don't look at him. I like turn. Every time I have to turn, I make sure that I avoid looking at him. Apparently what happened in between us leaving and that, though, is that he dropped the slice into the tub. And then he continued to try to eat the slice that was filled with this filthy, soapy water.
Yo,
this
that's
amazing.
The concept of wet pizza.
Horrible. What the hell is that?
Definitely the most memorable part of the weekend for sure. Like that's.
Are you kidding? Absolutely. Involuntarily memorable. Like it's scarred into my mind.